This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1 in the NLT. It says, "What sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans? You rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out, simply because you have the power to do so. When you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. But this is what Yahweh says: I will reward your evil with evil. You won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. You will no longer walk around proudly, for it will be a terrible time. In that day, your enemies will make fun of you by singing this song of despair about you. We are finished, completely ruined. The Most High have confiscated our lands, taken it from us. He has given our fields to those who have betrayed us." Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Agibar, here with another lesson, Lord willing, to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, and this Micah 2 is a message to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and Babylon the Great, which is America, man. And, as we know for a long time, this man's wickedness has been, unchecked, unvetted, and he's just been on a damn rampage of wickedness. And now, him knowing that he has but a short time, the Lord is putting this man in the spirit to be the ultimate oppressor, the ultimate thief, the ultimate gangster, the ultimate Devo. And it's going to eventually turn and bite him in the ass. And it's really going to leave America isolated from all of its allies and from all of these different nations. And I was reading quite a few articles today where you got a lot of countries are condemning what, Trump administration just did over there in Venezuela. They're violating all of these UN charters. They're, violating nation sovereignty, and they're setting a very dangerous precedent, that basically America can just do whatever the hell they want to. They can violate all type of laws and regulations. None of the rules apply to them when they want to do their wickedness, when they want to just steal and oppress and, take down countries and put in puppet leaders and things of that nature. Is setting a very, very evil precedent. And it just shows you that, this man is gone completely mad, man. That's why I started with this Micah, the second chapter, man, and this is speaking about Esau all the way, especially the second verse. It says, "And they covet fields and take them by violence." You see? And what did they just do over there in Venezuela? They just took Maduro and his wife, and they basically bombed Venezuela. And now they're going they're going to take that land over and do what they want with it. But they did it with violence, man. It's the same way they got their hands on America from the natives. And, this has been his track record in history for the last 2.5 centuries, man. But ultimately, we know it's all serving a prophetic end for this damn devil, man. And he's really going to find himself in Babylon the Great on an island all by himself, man. See, and this is beautiful that these devils are doing this, because it's all going to lead to Babylon the Great's utter destruction and more shameful spewing on his glory. And I was reading this article here, right? It says, "Denmark freaks out over possible Venezuelan playbook, and Greenland warns end of NATO." You see? And hey, this is all beautiful, man. And we can see, prophetically how this man is going to leave himself all isolated and all alone. And eventually he's going to have all of his allies and those that were once with him against him, man. You see, and that's why I started with that Micah, the second chapter, man. It's literally what this man is doing and has been doing. And it's just, further, making it easier to really see who the wicked truly is and who the biblical Edomites are. So let's read some of this. It says, following the Trump administration military operation to forcibly remove Nicolas Maduro, the wife of Trump deputy chief of staff, triggered panic in Denmark and Europe after posting a picture of a map on X showing Greenland overlaid with the American flag with the caption, "Soon." Her post drew a response from Denmark's ambassador to the United States, Jesper Møller Sorensen, who wrote on X, just a friendly reminder about the U.S. and the Kingdom of Denmark. We are close allies and should continue to work together as such. U.S. security is also Greenland's and Denmark's security. Greenland is also a part of NATO, right? And at this point, hey, Trump don't give a damn. America don't care. The elites, they don't give a damn about none of that because, like I said, these devils know they have a short time, man. And, and the Lord just has the spirit on these kings of the earth and Trump and the powers that be to move in this way to fulfill prophecy. See? In America and Babylon is going to continue to step on toes, and they're going to continuously be a habitual line stepper, man. And they're going to eventually find themselves isolated and all alone. All right. Let me get this. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 5. It says, or 4, it says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. You see, they puff it at their enemies. You see, Trump was talking shit to Maduro, and now he's talking shit to Colombia. And now he's talking shit to a lot of those South American countries, man. And now he's puffing at Greenland. And he's been saying for the longest, even his last administration, how he had his eyes set on taking Greenland. They need those resources. They need to take America. It needs to be taken over. Hillary was talking about the Gulf of America, not the Gulf of Mexico, turning Greenland into America's property because there's a lot of resources and a lot of things there that Babylon needs, man. You see, and then guess what? This is just adding to the pride and ego of this damn devil Trump, man. And you're going to watch how, everybody around him is going to praise him and clap it up and tell him what a great job he's did. It's just going to feed that pride, man. To make him feel like, hey, he's unstoppable. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. Whatever that needs to be done, whatever he wants is his for the taking. And he has, he don't have to go to Congress. He doesn't have to get authority to do these different things. So, hey, they're just back in that prideful spirit, man. It says, he has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. You see, and this is why he'll violate all these UN treaties, all of these so-called rules and regulations that these nations have set up. They'll cross lines, step on toes, violate, all these so-called different treaties and things of that nature because, in his mind, who can stop him, man? Remember, these devils still believe they have the biggest, baddest military on the planet. Can't nobody touch them. They're untouchable. They're that great eagle. They're the Greeks. They're the Romans. They're the great conquerors of, and all that shit, man. But like I said, at the end of the day, is putting them in, the Lord has them in very slippery places, man. Verse 6, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. You see, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud, and under his tongue is mischief and vanity, man. You see, and this is why, you got the people over there in Denmark saying, trying to, reassert to Trump that, hey, we're allies, we're friends. You can't just come in here and just, bully us and just take this land. Remember, there's rules to these things, you don't want to violate, but these devils don't give a damn. They're going to violate whoever they want to violate. You already seen how Trump was talking all type of shit against those EU nations and how weak and, they need to step it up. They're not adding anything to the table, and it's in their best interest to just shut up and sit back and let him and let Babylon control everything, man. And it's leading to, these nations really having a hatred for Babylon the Great and for America, man. It's creating a lot of tension, a lot of hatred, and a lot of despising of one another. You see, so here's the guy right here, Jesper. It says, just a friendly reminder about the U.S. and the Kingdom of Denmark. We are close allies and should continue to work together as such. Yeah, okay, but look at that. that one chick said, what did it say in the beginning? She fears a Venezuelan style playbook that's going to happen over there in Greenland. You see? So let's see what else is in here. I hate when that shit does that, man. All right. Yep, it says Trump has been publicly mulling the purchase or takeover. Right, they ain't gonna purchase that shit. They gonna just take it, man. Remember, this is his nature. Hey, like I just read in Micah, was that Micah 1 or Micah 2? Was that Micah 2 or 1? I think it was Micah 2. Yeah, Micah the second chapter. When he wants land, when he wants when he covets a field, he takes it by violence, man. You see, it says the Trump has been publicly mulling the purchase or the takeover of Greenland since at least 2019, with varying degrees of serious, despite reputed international pushback from Danish leaders. On Sunday, Trump said the U.S. needed Greenland very badly, renewing fears of a U.S. invasion of the largely autonomous island that was a former Danish colony, which still remains part of the Danish kingdom. In response, Greenlandic Prime Minister Jetson Frederick Nielsen accused Trump of completely and utterly unacceptable rhetoric, adding, "Enough is enough." Yeah, it's never going to be enough of this devil. Now, these elites, now they have their eyes on Iran. You see, you had Trump just talking big shit because what? I think Venezuela and Iran and somebody and somewhere else, I can't remember off the top of my head, were the last few countries that didn't have a Rothschild-run private bank. Well, you can scratch Venezuela off that list. You see, now that they've gained control and ousted Maduro, hey, these devils about to shut up shop, man. And they got Iran in the foresights as well. And they got Greenland. So, hey, this is not just rhetoric. These devils, they're telling you what they're going to do before they do it. And I guarantee you, behind closed doors, they're already in the works about how they're going to take Greenland as well. It says threat, pressures, and talks of annexation have no place between friends. Well, I just read you prophetically that as for all of his enemies, he puffeth at them. Even though you guys are allies on paper, hey, once this man deems you as an enemy and he has whatever you want, if you have something that he wants, hey, all that friendly shit goes out the window. He's going to find a way to stab you in the back. He's going to find a way to manipulate, to deceive, and to coerce, or eventually just straight up bum rush and take what he wants, man. You see, it says threats, pressure, and talk of annexation have no place between friends. Nielsen said on Monday via social media that this is not how you speak to a people who have shown responsibility, stability, and loyalty time and time again. Well, Esau is not a moral man. All right. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. You can't trust this guy, Hey, and everybody is seeing it for themselves. Just it's undeniable who the wicked are, man. It's undeniable, man. And this man has always been this way. He's just been able to hide it and been able to suppress it with a suit and with a smile and with the mainstream media as his magic wand and as his form of deception. But now people are waking up, man. It says this is it says enough is enough. No more pressure, no more innuendos, no more fantasies about annexation. He did say that Greenland was open to dialogue if it came through appropriate channels in accordance with international law, not random and disrespectful posts on social media. Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen said that if Trump attacks Greenland, it would mean the end of the NATO alliance. You see? So that's heavy right there. And we know that's going to happen eventually because it's prophetic. I'm going to show you. It says, I believe one should take the American president seriously when he says he wants Greenland. Why? Because that's Esau MO. I just read it to you in Micah the second chapter, man. The nature and the MO of Esau, man. All right. Hey, I tell you, he covered fields and taken by violence, man. If it's something that he wants and you have it, there's no ends that he'll go to get it, man. Even if it means sending in economic hitmen, sending in the jackals, sending in starting color revolutions and starting a proxy war, to get whatever he wants, man. It says he told Danish broadcaster TV2, but I will also make it clear that if the U.S. chooses to attack another NATO country militarily, then everything stops, including NATO and thus the security that has been established since the end of the Second War. You see? And there's some more in here. What is this? Yeah, it says a Greenlandic member of the Danish parliament, Asia Chimitz, a representative of the Inuit, party, said that while she doesn't believe invasion is imminent, Greenlanders should prepare for the worst. Right? You're a damn fool if you don't think this man ain't going to take what he wants, man. Yep. It says we should hope for the best and prepare for the worst. That's the way I see it right now. We are in a situation that is concerning, she told The Guardian, adding that Trump's latest remarks were the worst and most serious of his threats to Greenland and marked a new world order. Shit, this man ain't playing, man. All right. But it's But it's going to be, look at this. It says, meanwhile, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said on Monday that he supports the autonomy of Greenland and agrees that Trump should stop making threats. And remember, the EU, the British are part of NATO. I mean, part of the EU. They're allies of America. And he's saying that they should stop doing that. So we can see, it's going to cause more and more tensions, Look at this. It says leaders in Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden have also expressed support of Denmark. And those are more NATO nations, man. NATO allies of America, saying that, hey, enough is enough. He needs to stop the bullshit because what? It's going to cause the end of NATO. It's going to cause hatred. But hey, that's all prophetic, man. This is Revelation 17 and 15. It says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth. Who's the whore? America, Babylon the Great. All right. And it's sitting over all of these different nations as what? The number one superpower, Even though America is a part of the EU, I think it's a part of NATO as well. The beast system, America still is the head of it because of its, the dominance with the dollar and because of its military, man. So America sits above in a hegemonic leadership position over all of these different nations. And that's what the waters represents. All right. It's all these different nations. It says where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Like I was just talking about how Lithuania, the Danish, the EU, NATO, those are all form of those, peoples and nations that is representing, this so-called European, this white man's power structure, the EU and NATO. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. You see? And we can see how these nations are starting to hate the whore because America is moving not in a very ally friendly way. And now Denmark is saying that, they're fearing a Venezuelan playbook on Greenland, which if, Trump does do that, which, hey, Lord willing, he does, is just going to further cause this hatred of these nations of this whore. And it's going to be the end of NATO and the alliance and agreements with America and those nations, man. And we know it's going to happen anyway. However, it's going to happen because it's prophetic, like I'm reading here. And it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High have put their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. You see? And as we can see, hey, this is things that are, forwarding this prophetic situation to take place, man. And hey, and we're hoping and praying that, hey, that the Lord keeps that proud spirit, that proud covetous spirit on Trump and this administration to further do what they need to do so that prophecy can be fulfilled, man. So with that, I'm gonna close it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Until the next one, shalom.